Oh, man.
What's happening?
If that didn't get you fired up to see what's going on, I don't know what will.
Where's the hole? I don't think my microphone's working.
It sounds like it's mildly working.
Mildly, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Thursday Night Live. Fly time.
Oh, there it is.
Maybe Thanos just has to bring the mic back in, folks.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening, good people?
What is
Friends of Thursday Night Live.
It's
Fly time. Tonight is superhero night, as hopefully you could tell.
He's just a little confused about what heroes look like. He decided to be a villain instead. That's okay. That's okay.
I don't know how to. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
You gotta cut a hole in that thing.
There is a hole. It's right here.
Oh, that's better. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Well, this is what we'll do.
Oh.
Here, I
Hey.
just gotta.
Yeah, there you go.
I just gotta do chin-ups, folks.
Get above
Welcome
it.
back to Thursday Night Live Fly Tying. I'm Dana Lattery. I'm in Thanos. Thanos.
Oh yes, yes indeed.
That's my little friend, Little Robin.
Little Robin. We're
Yeah.
gonna start a new duo.
Sebastian.
Robin and Thanos
Robin's gone to the dark side.
going across the universe.
So anyways, folks, tonight on Thursday Night Live Fly Tying, you might as well dress up too, because if you want to win some great prizes, you will have to be dressed up as your favorite superhero, villains. Didn't know this Thanos was a villain.
Oh, come on, Blake. I am not Batman's little friend.
Happy friend. So Janine Deanna Sepp says he starts the show by asking, "Where's the hole?" Clearly I
what
need
she
help.
said, Yes.
Clearly I need help. Well, folks, tonight is an epic episode.
Yes. That was very epic talk too.
I looked in the mirror, the camera, and I was like, which hand is my real hand?
I can't even tell.
This one's full of the jewels that Tim tells me apparently holds all of my magic.
How you never watched the show? Come on.
I didn't know it was a show. Folks.
No, it's called
So-
Marvel.
I can't look down at the camera to see anything. So we're going to do our best tonight to tie with costumes fully intact, but I doubt I'll last long because I'm already super sweating.
Yes, it is hot.
Sweating.
Hot. Sweaty Batman and Robin.
But the true super is it, I think this thing's supposed to be up like this.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that.
That's where it's really at.
Traps for days.
Am I like what is my guy? Is he rock, like full of
Oh,
rocks?
dude, he's just the biggest muscular dude, so
Oh, well.
fitting, right?
Eh,
And you're purple.
we could tell everybody how we chose our costumes.
Yeah, telling me how I ended up to be Robin.
Well, what happened was it was the fastest costumes to show up on Amazon that would fit us.
That's true. They fit
So,
well.
what we do here is we actually tie flies. We're going to be tying tonight a Sili Legs Bonefish Fly and a simple golden stone.
Oh yeah.
But we got some more epicness for you guys. And this tonight, I don't even know where to go from here. I just want to open my beer and drink it, but clearly I can't find the hole.
No, it's poured in the eye sockets.
So, we've got a lot of cool things here. But what's really cool, if I can head over and find the button here, just gonna try to find the button here.
Do it.
Is
Find the
what?
button.
What is actually live tonight, Tim, besides us?
Oh, you tell me. Tell me what's live.
Folks.
Oh.
That's truth.
Dang.
That is the truth. Because it's superhero night, we thought that we would need to have a superhero cheesecake.
Oh, look at that thing.
So our friend over on Instagram, you can follow her handle there, Des.
Oh.
She's the actual cheesecake queen.
Yeah, that is a work of art.
And that right there, folks, is a Kinder Surprise cheesecake. That's truth. That thing is in the actual baking cam. That's not a picture or a video.
That will
And
be
you're going to see throughout the episode, once the kids know it's in the house, it's going to start to disappear.
Oh, yeah. And we may eat some of it ourselves.
Yeah, so
You never know.
I'm just trying to find the buttons again. Take
It
us
is.
back
Take us back.
to superhero night. Well, having said that, I don't know what to say now, other than make sure you download your bingo cards, because tonight, folks,
There's a villain in the house.
3 episodes.
Yes, they are adding up.
3 episodes of bingo losses.
Oh,
Tonight, they will be won, hopefully,
hopefully.
because the folks here will help you win them.
Yeah.
So, feel free to help each other out. I just really want to drink a beer, and I'm not going to do it through a straw.
Now, tip that mask up and get yourself a drink.
And now, Tim's going to tell you a
The
little
true
bit
reveal.
about what Thursday Night Live is all about. This whole thing of like seeing the buttons is so hard.
It is hard. Well, guys, what is Thursday Night Live? Well, what we do every Thursday is we come together in a virtual sense, as well as the two of us here together. We used to meet in a brewery, but through COVID and all those things, we changed a lot. But we are still meeting with you virtually every Thursday. We are tying 2 flies per night, so a total of 20 episodes, 40 flies. And we take you through. We do a lot of other things, but we do take you through a couple flies, and we do some fun things like the Flyingo bingo, where you get the chance to win some prizes. If you dress up, you get some prizes. We do superhero nights. We do theme nights of all sorts. Kind of depends on, I think it's like once a month we do a theme night, and yeah.
Oh, we don't even know.
We don't even
just do them.
Yeah. But yes, that's Thursday Night Live in a nutshell, guys. It's as much as it is a lot of fun and laugh and BSing, it's a lot about the community. We come together. These people in the comments that you're seeing here, if you're new, you're going to quickly learn that these are probably your new best friends, and they're going to do a lot to help you in your community, your journey, whatever it is. Yeah, that's our favorite part of Thursday Night Live, for sure.
And we couldn't do it without who?
Without our amazing sponsors, which you're going to
Let's
see.
say thanks.
With the amount of time we spend in front of our vices, don't you think you deserve a pair of scissors that can make the cut?
Oh, he's
All
back.
right. As much as I want to. You know what's
It's
cool?
so creepy.
What's creepy is like
That's creepy.
my
I
eyes.
don't like
You
it.
can't even tell.
I don't like it at all.
I thought Thanos would be better with a beard, so I pulled it out.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Look
All
at
right.
that chin, though. What's going on there?
What? Moving?
I don't know. There's lots of lines on it. Quite firm jaw you have there.
It's a firm jaw. I love the eyes. It's just so creepy. Like,
Do you own a van? Do you park in your playgrounds?
that's pretty good.
Oh, man.
Gib Fitzner. Well, that's my dentist.
Really?
And yeah, he's
Wow.
joining us from YouTube.
Nice.
And he's probably impressed that he pulled Thanos' tooth this week. You better kept that. That's going to be
man. Worth
a
something.
hot commodity.
Uh-huh.
So the first fly that we're going to tie tonight is what?
Well, we're going to do the Sili Legs Bonefish Fly.
So you guys can start to divulge the packaging, and at the same time, what should Jim put on for his thread for episode 20?
Well, what we're going to use... What? For episode 20? Well, we're not quite there, but what we're going to start off
See,
with, guys...
he made a necklace out of it. He's got superpowers now.
Gross. Well, let's get some. We're going to use...
Why is your eye bandana? If I got to sit here in this hot costume and sweat.
Because I can't see anything.
I know. Do you think I can?
Oh, man. Well, this time might not turn out so good. All right, we're going to use some fluorescent colored, so I'm going to use some chartreuse colored. This is UTC 140 for this first fly. So something bright would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a little something to share with you.
Ooh. Do tell.
Because we can do anything.
Uh-oh. Who is it?
Eli turns 14 tomorrow.
Oh,
Happy birthday,
man.
Eli.
Happy birthday, dude. Superhero birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Woo. Yes, happy 14th birthday.
Anyone else has a birthday, just let us know and we'll keep the song playing all night. We got nowhere to go other than get out of these costumes and eat that cheesecake.
Oh, yes. Don't have to be out of these costumes to do that. Yeah.
We don't, but I gotta get this mask off. How do I?
How do you put
How do I
anything
stay in costume without Thanos' mask?
in? I don't know. That I don't know.
Happy
Oh,
birthday, Eli.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Certified badass.
Eli.
Very nice. Very nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
Just a click of the button.
Just a click of the button. Well, do you think any of these guys dressed up?
I don't know.
Well, I would love to know.
I would love to know too. So, if you dressed up and you want, hey Tim, why don't you show everybody what we can win tonight? There's way too much stuff to show, but
I don't even know.
I meant Robin. Robin, why don't you show everybody? Well, let's first off show them what the new things are that they could
Ooh,
win.
new things. That was tough. Okay, so what do we got here? So from Mr. Blake Teague, providing some awesome stuff here. We got a pretty awesome Bushnell trail camera coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might be stealing that one. We have.
Well, you do have a pretty good costume, and there's
Yeah.
a chance that we could win.
I can rob it. And here we go, guys. We've got the shore kit with $100 of tying material in there. We have, I believe this is from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
Sure
we have
is.
the Phil Rowley and Brian Chan Conquering Chironomids. Some little DVD
Lake
information.
season is just around the corner.
She is, yeah. And then we got an episode, or the new Fly Fusion magazine. This last episode that just came
The
out.
latest edition.
Latest edition. That'd be a gooder. There you have it. That's just what's added. That's just the new stuff.
That's what's added for tonight. So make sure you get your bingo cards. www.flyfishingbowelover.com/Thursday Night Live. Remember, folks, you don't need to do anything to play bingo other than have a bingo card.
That's right.
So
Doesn't cost you a thing.
it's free. You don't have to share this post, like this post, subscribe to this post. You just got to download a bingo card and play.
Reorganize
There's
yourself.
lots more prizes, Tim. Come on, just kind of.
Oh, there is more, isn't there? Where are they? I can't see anything.
They're all over there, Tim. There's so many prizes, and we're going to play Flyingo at the halftime show.
Okay, let's just do a little recap from last week. So we've got, oh man, we got some fly boxes from us with some awesome flies in it. We've got some fish pond tippet holder, fish pond thermometer, a whole bunch
So,
of
to it, there's a whole
pictures.
nother bag full of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You've
just
got
a-
$300 in fly fishing materials. You got hats, you got shirts, you got
Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek Anglers. Oh yeah, make sure you get your bingo cards. They're free. All the bingo cards from this year, 2022, still work. So same card as last week. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Lots of prizes.
Absolutely. That's a fact. Okay, folks. You guys better get ready to tie some flies because I need to get out of this costume. Just the mask.
Oh yeah.
Prop up the traps.
Prop up the traps.
Is there anything else?
No, well, we could.
Oh, that's because you don't even know what I'm about to announce, Tim.
Oh, I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, folks. Hold tight.
Yes.
I'm trying to.
Trying to see what you're doing. I can't see anything either. Oh. The door of sorrow. That will come.
They're doors of doom.
Doors of doom.
I already made a logo for them in a t-shirt.
Oh, yes. The doors of doom.
Okay, folks, here's what's really cool about tonight. If you head over to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, RockyMountainFlyShop.net, I'm telling you, they just sent me some pretty heavy discount codes.
Oh, so I need to fill my cart, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you would be smart to fill your cart.
Bring it on, peeps.
So there's discount codes, but there's one that's extremely big, and that's for one person. And then there's 3 more that are almost as big for 3 more people. And then there's another code for everybody else. So as the show goes, I highly suggest you head over to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, fill up your cart, because when we announce the code, you're going to want to just hit buy now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you don't want to waste your time. If you're thinking about getting a Norvise,
That'd be a good time.
tonight might
great
be your
time.
time. So, Tim, let's do what we came for.
Oh, let's
tie some
flies. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. The people can't hear me. Now they can hear me. There we go. All right.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to do this with this on, but there's no
You just better
guarantee.
take it off. We don't have
There's no
time for you to
guarantee.
blow everything up.
There we go. Well, let's do that. This will be better. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, so we are tying, believe it or not, we are on episode 12. Whew, it's going by too fast. Here we go, episode 12. You're going to see in the back you got a fluorescent colored one and then one that's kind of the golden stonish color. We're going to work off of those two, but we're going to start with the Sili Leg one, so that's going to be the bright colored material one. So, as always, be careful when you open up these kits because there are small pieces in there that you do not want to lose. Specifically in this one, we got some bead chain eyes, some hooks, some crystal flash, just some things that are a little bit more finite that you don't want to lose. So this is what I'll show you. This first pattern is gonna virtually look like. There we go, Sili Leg Bonefish Fly. Okay, we're gonna take you through that one. So, like I said, I'm gonna use some chartreuse colored thread because it matches the color of the fly that we're doing. So, if you've got some of that, go ahead and grab it. If not, something lighter in color would be fine, like a white or even a black would be fine. It's not super picky, just if you want to match it to what the pattern is, even better. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up. We're going to get our hook in our vise, and we will kind of get rolling on this. Got some Sili legs in there, all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start by getting my hook in my vise here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that chartreuse colored thread. I'm going to start it just behind the eye. Lay down a bit of a base there, and then I can trim it out. Like so. And then I just want to lay a really nice thread base all the way down into the bend. Just like so.
And how are you spinning that so quick?
Oh,
Do I have to keep talking like this?
The Norvise. The Norvise. It's awesome. But that true rotary inline function allows you to do that kind of stuff, which is pretty fun. I'm tying on the shank jaws. We get some questions about what jaw this is. They say, hey, this doesn't look like a Norvise jaw. Well, this is their new shank jaw, which is quickly becoming my favorite, and I prefer to pretty much tie everything on it. I don't think I've tied a single shank fly on it yet. I've just been tying everything else. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab those dumbbell eyes. Well, in this case, they're actually bead chain eyes, but we tie them in the same. Okay, and now you could use, for weight differences on this fly, you could go everything from bead chain eyes to dumbbell eyes to, you know, lead eyes, some that just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. But what we want to do is we want to come about 2 eye lengths back from the eye is where we're going to actually tie these in because we want a little space up there. This is kind of reminiscent of a clouser minnow, so we're going to tie stuff in up in front of those eyes as well.
Remember, if you guys break a thread, if you need a moment to just pause the show, or you need a piss break, you need to go grab a beer. This is a live stream, and the benefit of that is that you can simply... Sorry, I had to take my mask off.
There he is.
You've seen me. It's not Thanos. it's Danos.
Danos.
SOS. You hit SOS, we stop the show, and we make it so that you guys can catch up. That's the benefit of a live show. If you need to SOS to ask a question, that's what SOS is for, so feel free to use that. We have no time constraints tonight. This show is about tying a fly, being with you guys, and so make sure that you take advantage of the fact that it's a live stream and not a pre-recorded YouTube video.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, folks?
That's the advantage of it. Yes, it is. I just had a quick question. Do you have any dirty clothes over there? No? Sure? Yes? I just have some something I could wash on here. So.
Yeah, I know. I thought you'd know now after wearing that how I feel for my life.
Yeah, I just hate how loose it is.
For all my life.
For
all my life, it's how I wash my clothes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We rode chuck wagons to get to Olds one day.
Oh, man. Okay, so guys, getting these dumbbell eyes in, you want to take some wraps in both directions. Then you want to do some what we call that full figure 8. So
Judd's got to pee, and I think he's just pee your pants, Judd.
Just do it, Judd.
Sometimes peeing your pants is the coolest.
There's no shame. No shame. So what I do, guys, I go back and forth on both sides, and then what you notice I just did there is I go around only the eyes, so I leave the hook shank out of it. And what that does is it gathers all those wraps that I made, and it secures them to the hook shank. Okay, now I'm going to take my thread, and we're going to go back. We're going to go back into this bend. Sorry, that flattened out. I'm going to cord it back up. We're going to go back just to the edge of the bend here, and we're going to get our first material in. Just before I do that, I'm going to go with some UV resin here. I'm just going to take just a little bit of my bone dry, my super thin stuff. You got super glue or anything like that, it's fine. I'm just going to put a touch on those wraps so that I know they're not going to go anywhere. And then I'll hit it with my light, secure it, and then I know that those eyes are secured. And now, guys, we need to remember the reasoning for where we put these eyes is because that's the way we want the hook to ride. So if you're fishing for bonefish, or if you ever fish the flats, there's a ton of things, obviously, for these to get caught on the bottom, but you want to be able to cast in shallow water, get them to the bottom, strip them without that hook grabbing weeds or rocks or coral or anything like that. So eyes being on this side means that when it swims, it's actually going to swim like this, right? So those eyes are going to be on the bottom of the hook, and that's what's going to keep the weight down. So that's why we tie them on that side, okay?
I may have adjusted my costume a bit.
What is going on? Where did that come from? All right.
It's Thanos' mom.
Oh, okay. Looks like Thanos in the 80s, maybe. Very well. Well, you'll see that soon enough. So, guys, that first material we're going to grab that crystal braid you have in there. Okay, so this is just a clear color crystal braid. We're going to tie that in right back where we left our thread. It's got a cord up. Sometimes this thread likes to flatten out on you. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to make sure it's good and secure. I don't have to go all the way down the bend when I start this. It's okay if you leave a little bit of green thread showing there. I'm going to come up to right behind the eyes. Throw a little half hitch in there.
Just want to give a shout out to Adrian, Joe, the folks that joined in late and missed.
Oh, there they are.
They missed the whole intro.
Well, that's okay. You can go back and watch it.
Never show up late.
Never show up late. Okay, so I got this here, guys. I'm just going to slowly start open wrapping this forward. Just touching ish wraps, and I say ish because if you don't get them super tight, it's actually kind of nice because it shows a little bit of that green underbody coming through. Okay, so we're going to take that. We're going to keep wrapping it all the way up to just behind the eyes. And we'll leave it there. One more wrap. I'm going to bring my thread back in, and I'm going to lock and secure that in place. Go like that. And then I'll just trim that little tag out here momentarily. I just want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. There we go. So I'll come in and trim out that excess.
Jim Crawford is also showing up late.
Jim.
But at any point, folks, if anybody shouts SOS, this SOS tonight is straight to the baking cam.
Straight to the baking cam.
I can't wait.
I like it. I know. I'm looking forward to eating that thing. Okay, so now all we're going to do is we're going to jump our thread in front of the eyes. I'm going to throw one more half hitch in just to kind of save that there, because what I'm actually going to do, guys, it's not super critical on this specific vise because I can kind of move it in both directions and I can rotate it. But for those of you at home, a good thing to do now would just be to take this and switch it upside down. I'll do it too, just so we're kind of in sync. And I'm going to actually put my jaws a little bit deeper into that bend, so it gives me a little bit more access to this hook shank because we're going to be tying in the materials up on this side now. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is you got some crystal flash in there, this big long strand of crystal flash. Now what I want you to do is I want you to fold it in half and even up those tips, and we're going to trim that. Okay, so I evened up the tips like so. I'm going to come down into that bottom section. I'm going to trim it once, so I come here, clip it. Now I've got 2 strands. I'm going to fold it over one more time. So this time when I snip it, it's going to give me a total of 8 strands. Okay, I come in here, snip again. And now I'm going to leave it just like that and grab right in the middle of all those fibers. Okay, and now this is where we're going to start tying stuff on one side of the hook or the other. So we want to tie it in on kind of on top or the edge and allow half of it to be on one side of the hook, half to be on the other. And the rest of all the materials we do are going to be just like that.
How about a check-in? Everybody caught up? Everybody still
happy
here hanging out with us.
Hanging out with Robin and Thanos' mom.
That's right, folks. I'm about to bring Thanos' mom into the mix.
You just wait. There she is. Oh, looks like she's got some gel in her hair.
That's not gel. That's something about Mary.
Oh, man.
So, I'll put Thanos back on. I just can't breathe right now. So
That's fair. That is fair.
let us know. Are you caught up? Jim just joined, so there's probably a good chance he won't be ready for episode 20.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Remember, guys, use that SOS if you need us to slow down.
Do you guys want to see the bacon cam one more time? Well, you're going to see it a lot more times. But essentially, that is the Kinder Surprise cheesecake built by the Cheesecake Queen, which I've just self-titled her. Honestly, that's her Instagram handle right there on the screen. I promise you, she's reach out to her and get yourself a cheesecake made. I guarantee you it will be the best cheesecake you've ever had in the history of cheesecakes.
We've had a few of them, and they've never disappointed.
Oh, like...
I'm really excited about this one.
When someone says, what do you want for your birthday? I just want Dez's cheesecake. So...
And that's it.
It's not it's kind of like a hobby, and I hope Steve comes over to eat the cake, because we can't eat it all, and if you're in town, come over here
right
and
now.
eat this cake with us.
Yes.
And now back to Time Flies.
Back to the Sili Legs Bonefish Fly. So I'm still holding that crystal flash right in the middle. I'm going to tie in half on this side, so I'm just going to do this on the near side to me. I'm going to let it go with that one hand. I'm going to do a nice gathering wrap, get a hold of those materials, take a couple thread wraps, and now those are on one side of the hook. Now I'm going to grab these guys here and just fold them over to the other side of the hook and take some more thread wraps to secure them just on that kind of far side of the fly for myself. And now, when this fly is finished, half will be on one side of the hook and half will be on the other. Just like that. Okay.
Eric had fried cheesecake with ice cream today.
Ooh. I've never got into the fried things.
I did.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Like fried pickles and...
No, fried cheesecake's really good. It's Stampede.
Oh, yeah.
We got to do Stampede.
We've never done it together.
No.
Could we
and
dress,
last year,
dress like this?
I will.
Yeah?
I will do anything you want me to.
Okay, then.
Tim.
Deal. You heard that first here, folks.
A good time to
Anything
fish.
I want.
A good time to fish the Bow River is July around Stampede. So,
Yeah.
just so you guys know, if you haven't booked a trip, there's not a whole bunch left.
No, it's been a good, very good blessing to have some trips on the books. This is the first year that ahead of time we kind of know that people can get here, which is a blessing. Yeah. And it's a big change.
Barry said he should have stayed in Olds. I told him, I warned him.
Yep, you should have. You should have. Oh well, you missed out. Okay, well, folks, let's move on to our next material. This is the only one that's got a little bit of trickiness to it because it's just I don't know what you would call it, fragile, a little bit difficult to work with. This is the Elusive calf tail. All right, calf tail. We got it in some chartreuse color. This fly is meant to be tied quite sparse, so don't overdo it and take all that. We gave you enough to tie 2 flies, so I want you to go ahead and split that clump in half, and then just take half of that clump, and we're actually going to stack it. So once you got that clump in your fingers, like so, I'm going to pull that off the stem there. We have it on. That's what I'm left with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick this in my hair stacker, and we're going to stack this up. And calf tail is kind of notoriously difficult to stack, but we don't need it to be perfect. Okay, that's the one thing. You just let go of that idea right off the hop. We're going to get it as close as we can, and if there's some that are at different lengths, we're not super worried about it. It's just generally getting the bases aligned, okay? Now I'm going to pull off that base so those are pointed back down the fly. I'm going to go ahead and grab them, and then I'm going to bring my fingers over, switch my hand so I got a hold of just at the bases, because this is where I'm going to do my measurement, okay? So when I go to tie this in, I'm going to take this and I'm going to lean it down into that hook so you can see the hook popping through it, because I'm going to have equal amounts on both sides. And I want this to stretch just out behind that hook shank, or the back of the hook shank, okay? It doesn't have to be, I don't want it to be like way out here like this, but this material isn't long enough to really do that anyways. So we want this to be just beyond that hook bend by a little bit. I'm going to switch hands, doesn't have to be an exact science. I'm going to take some thread wraps now right up here at the eye, okay? And this, I want those first initial thread wraps. I start a little bit loose with my first one, second one tighter, third tighter, 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 tighter. And what that does is that really secures that very slippery calf tail in place. I'm going to take a nice little few thread wraps to kind of create that cone shape. Now I still have all this little bit of material out front, And I'm gonna come in here and just trim that out the best that I can. And then I'm gonna personally, oh, I did it. I'm gonna send this over to the doctor.
All right.
The doctor, the man.
We did this on the quick ties. So.
It literally exactly happened like this. So I'm gonna go and grab my other thread. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I have this locked in place because I do not want that slippery hair to go anywhere. So that's what you call a smooth extraction and distraction. I'm gonna trim out that little bit of thread that I had there and trim out the tag of my other thread. Ooh, if I can. And then I'm just gonna throw a few more wraps down just to secure that since I cut my thread. And then what I wanna do is I wanna come in here with my cauterizer and I'm going to, thank you very much, Dana. I'm gonna come back to that chartreuse thread in just a moment.
What other material could you use instead of calf tail? Bucktail?
Bucktail is a really common
Dogtail?
one.
The tip of a dog's tail just looks like this.
Yep. It's just about finding
Stiffer.
yeah, a little bit stiffer.
Hair.
And to
Craft
me,
fur.
I don't totally understand why
EP
they like calf
fibers.
tail because it's quite floatable. Calf tail, we use it for wings.
EP or SF? SF.
Well, EP is one and SF is
Yeah,
one. You can
SF's
use either.
better. I think SF's better.
But this is just the kind of the original recipe to this fly, so this is what we're using. So I'm gonna come in here and clean this up. I'm gonna put a little bit of my
If
cauterizer
you guys
to the work.
do not have one of these, I believe Rocky Mountain Fly Shop does. That is one of the greatest tools.
Oh, it makes
in
life
fly
so
time.
easy. Yeah. You never have an eye of your hook with stuff in it anymore. 'cause
Just
you can
on their
clean
website,
it
check
out.
in hair.
Ah, I gotcha.
Colin, talk to me. Do you have a
You have this
hair
kind of-
burner?
The material blender.
Jim said, "Good job, Tim, on the quick ties, because he used them for all of February when he was in
Oh.
Mexico."
Thanks, Jim. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I just gonna did that little half hitch so I can get this out of the way, and I'm gonna go back to my chartreuse shred.
They don't. Sorry, folks. They don't. They don't. But anyways, we tried. So fill your carts, because there's a crazy deep discount coming for Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, and it's gonna show up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh wow, now I gotta go shopping." So, if you're not tying, or when we're done here, we're gonna show a quick little video. During that video, I highly suggest while you watch the video, you fill your cart.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Get it filled up and ready to rock and roll. Okay, guys, we are one material away from being finished this fly. All we've got left is what comes in the name, the old Sili Legs. So on these ones we've provided in your kit, they have pink tips and purple in the middle. I want to find that halfway mark in the middle of the purple and make a cut. So yeah, I'm going to cut that like that. Now I'm going to tie in the purple ends, and we're going to end up trimming these legs back here with this really cool pinkish color at the back. So what I want you to do is I'm going to start by doing it on the far side for myself, but closer to you. Just kind of on the edge of that fly, or the edge of that side of the hook, I'm going to put in those legs. Tie them in place so they're not going to go anywhere, and those are going to be staying off that side of the fly. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing over on this side. Come in here and grab my legs I just trimmed. Got away from me. Get the purples lined back up because we're going to tie in the purples again on this side. I'm going to get those locked and evened up. And now these ones I'll tie in on the near side of the fly to myself. And you're not getting like super far. Don't want them to go underneath, but I just want them to be kind of on the edge, the side, so that when I turn it to you, you can see they're just on the edge of those eyes. And they, they're gonna stay back as they go, as they flow back. They're gonna flow back down the fly where we want it to be. All I'm gonna do here now, guys, to finish up this fly is I'm gonna cover up the Sili legs that were tied in. I'm gonna do a quick whip finish, and then we are going to add a little UV resin, and we will be done our bonefish, Sili Legs Bonefish Fly. Yeah, Dana is having some struggles. I don't know what exactly he's doing. He's digging in his pants, trying to find a microphone, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna come up here. I'm going to whip finish, just like this. And once I've done that, I'm just gonna do it once because I am gonna add some UV resin because I do wanna secure this down really good. I wanna get as many bonefish out of this fly as I can. So to start with, I'm gonna go here And then we'll do some trimming up of some other things. I'm taking that bone dry from Solar Res. I'm going to just touch all my thread wraps all the way around. Maybe touch some more in the middle. Make sure they're good and sticky. Oop, don't put that on my air stacker. That wasn't great. And then I'm just going to touch it with my torch.
Your deer stacker.
My deer stacker. Make sure it cures nicely. All the way around.
That's not a microphone.
What are you wearing? Okay. I have a little bit more of this things to get rid of.
Oi. Great minds think alike.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's trim and be done. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of that crystal flash. If I can get it all headed back down the fly. And I want it to be just a little bit longer than the calf tail. So I'm going to pull it to just beyond it, trim it off. If you had any ones that kind of got away from you, bring those up and trim them as well. I think I got one hanging out down here. If I can get a hold of it, there it is. Trim it even with the other ones. That's where we're going to leave the crystal flash. And then we're going to pull those legs back together like so. And I want those to be roughly, if I took the length of this fly and I added it one more time. Okay, so twice the length of the fly. That's when I'm going to trim those legs. Now when this sucker's swimming, those legs are going to be dancing all over back here. Okay, and yeah, that is the Sili Legs Bonefish Fly. Super easy. If you're heading down to the beaches to do some flats fishing, I suggest you have a few of these in your box, and you might be surprised how well they work. I don't know what Dana's doing over there, but he is struggling. That much I do know.
All right.
All right. Bring it back. Bring it back. Add to the screen. If you're ready for it. Whoa. That got creepier.
Well, I thought
Yep.
I thought the issue of my eyes wandering would be cured through some sunglasses.
How's that working?
Well, they aren't staying on. Because plastic on plastic, folks, that's not a good look.
No. Nope, it's not. Oh, is it going to stay there?
But what I want to talk to you about.
Oof.
Now that we've tied the Sili Legs Bonefish Fly, I want to talk to you guys about something. And that's IF4, the
Yes.
International Fly Fishing Film Festival, which is coming to Olds, Alberta, Canada on March 26th. Okay? We talked about it, but what we really want to emphasize is the fact that we're going to be bringing the festival back to Film Festival. So we got a whole day of cool things planned. The show starts at 12 to 2. And then 10 to 12, come on down, shop at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. After the show, we're going to be headed over to Trax Pub, okay, which is basically just up the street. So you can leave your car at the theater and you just walk up to Trax Pub. We're going to have, weather permitting, we're going to have bonfires in the back. We're going to have some casting things. We're going to have some fun for kids. We're going to really make this event worthwhile. So if you haven't, make sure you head over to flyfilmfest.com. It's hot in here inside this costume. And get your tickets for IF4, the International Fly Fishing Film Festival, which is coming to Olds. And because you're so excited, I want to play you. I can't see the button. The reel about IF4. We'll be back.
Well, that looks fun.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
like I said before, I can't wear that costume for too long because it's super hot and I'm sweating. and I can't talk, and everything's really weird. So Thanos will show up once in a while. But now, what we need you guys to do is we need you to head over to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Okay, RockyMountainFlyShop.net, and fill up your carts. If you're wanting to shop, then go shop. If you needed something fly fishing related, tonight is the night that you're going to want to do it, because they just sent us a code. They sent us actually 4 codes. One is extremely deep discount. So once we throw it out there, it'll work for 1 person. And then they sent us 3 more that'll obviously work for 3 more people. Yeah, we're just giving you a heads up, because last time we did this, it was spur of the moment, and everybody was like, we didn't get a chance to add to the cart. So what animal does that fly imitate? Shrimp.
Yeah, for the most
Shrimp. Bonefish, shrimp, crabs, kind of their main source of protein. And if you're just joining us and things are weird, that's fantastic, because we just tied up a fly. And now what we're going to do is, as we're going to show a little video, we're way ahead of time. Like, we're flying today, literally, because we're superheroes and we have the ability to fly.
Yes. Well, you do. I don't even know what Robin does.
I don't know. I don't know what he does.
He's got nice abs, but that's about it.
He does. Well, any superhero does. So mine are there. I'm Thanos.
They're there? Oh, yeah, they're there.
Well, they're underneath the costume, but for now, they're right here.
They're underneath That's funny.
So a little video we're going to show you guys. While the video's playing, feel free to restock your beer. Go get your favorite beverage, a pop, a juice, a milk, whatever it is. We're probably... If anyone in my house is watching this, I would like that cheesecake cut.
Cake, please.
Actually, you know what, Tim?
What?
Head over there outside.
Yeah.
And grab a piece so they know it's real.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the bacon cam.
Is it cut? Is it cut?
No, just take a piece of the Kinder off the top, see? Because if you guys don't believe me, we can still hear you. You got your mic on. The fact is that Tim's going to head out there. Look. See? Wait, he used his mouth. He literally... What about me? Robin, what about me? I don't want the one with the mouth. Look at that. That is super fantastic. As he gives me the piece, we bring it back. That's Kinder Surprise cheesecake. That was pretty awesome. So, Jim, you feel free to come over. Anybody who's in the area, come over after the show. We're going to crush this. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Ooh, yum.
Yeah. But, anyways, feel free to come over after and check it out. We're going to show you a little video. We run a guide school up here. Western Canada Fly Fishing Guide School. It's a pretty cool place. A lot of the people who are in here will be in this one. This one is not one that you guys have seen, but enjoy it. And we'll be back in a few minutes. And make sure to head over to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop because after we play Flyingo, we're going to play Flyingo right after this little video. Now, Ren wants a piece of the cheesecake, so you need to bring that home.
All right, take that home.
And
my wife's watching? That never happens.
Yeah, we'll show desserts and they show up.
Yeah, I tell you, man.
That's what we got to do.
All right.
Got to do. Show more real desserts. Well, Colleen, if you are coming, we could save you a piece because we'll probably have sugar comas after our first piece. Yeah. So, let's watch the video. We'll play Flyingo. Right after Flyingo, we will hit the code. And so you guys can shop. So while the video's playing, RockyMountainFlyShop.net, go ahead, do it. Get some stuff, put it in your cart.
Is this thing on, I'm assuming? Oh, yeah, it is. I'm Jason Baglan, and I'm from Keep Hills, Alberta. Chose to take guide school to, one, better myself as a fly fisherman, and to learn the ins and outs, hopefully, or give me some direction in what I want to do for maybe possibly a guiding career. So,
hi, I'm Wayne Klassen, originally from Ontario. I just want to be able to properly teach other people how to do this, how to ethically do it, the proper way to do stuff.
My name is Theo Van Zyl. To further my fly fishing experience and education and potentially get into the business.
Doug Cook, Langley, BC. I'm looking at a second career after I retire. I want to do something I love and I'm passionate about, and taking the guide school because I want to just test the water, see if this is something I do want to do before jumping in with a financial investment of a boat and whatnot. I also, if I decide to go forward with it, I want a good base of knowledge to start to learn and grow from.
You know, it's best to sort of decide if you're going to get into a boat, where you're going to be using it mostly.
Wow, it's not even a joke.
Can you powder me up? Powder me up. Name's Cody Took. I'm from currently Cochrane, Alberta, born and raised in Calgary. Our goal with guide school was to spend a good amount of time in and around a well-rounded community of guides, hopefully gathering some of their invaluable information throughout the course. Spend more time rowing boats, something I've never experienced before investing into one.
I'm Cody Frankie. I'm with Rocky Mountain Fly Shop from Olds, Alberta, born and raised. I absolutely love fly fishing. I'm addicted, as many of us are. And I just come here to learn as much as I can from you guys, being experienced Bow River fisherman. I primarily fish the Red, so I'm interested in learning about other rivers around here. Plus, you guys just have tons of knowledge that I could just hope to learn. So really excited to come learn that.
My name is Jordan Pogenpole. I chose to take guide school because I've been fly fishing for a long time and it's my passion in life, and it's all been self-taught, and I just found, you know, with a family now, I just found a new reason to broaden my horizons and take it to the next level, whatever that means, and just learn as much as I can.
Here's how I put my streamers.
Hey, my name's Cheyenne Ryder-Smith and I am from the Lacombe-Panoka area. I chose to take guide school because I've fallen in love with fly fishing and I want to indulge, invest, and become a guide, potentially on the Bow River, but somewhere in Alberta. There's going to be so many things, but probably being able to take knowledge away from every angler who's in our group would be the most beneficial, I think.
The other thing I encourage you to do is an integrity standpoint is you might work for a shop or a random outfitter and you might work for 4 or 5.
So just so you know, if the gills of a fish dry out, and it takes sometimes as little as 30 seconds, that portion of the cellular structure dies. So the first thing you should do is go, whatever it takes to remember what time it is.
You're intuitive now, okay? It's the things we're teaching you.
A lot of aha moments.
But I think in general, just oaring the drift boat, because I've never touched one before this, right, at all. So you guys definitely helped me there. Now I feel not nervous. As soon as I used to sit in the seat at Collins, I was like freaked out. Yeah, totally. I just had no idea because it's a different world than my kayaks, my john boat, my canoes, right? So
A lot more intellectual, physical rowing. But yeah, it was a lot more mind growth than I anticipated, right?
It would be the way you carry yourself as that. So it doesn't matter what comes up, like how you carry yourself on the river, in your boat, like hold your line. Are you gonna work hard or are you gonna work lazy? Are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be on time? Are you gonna really take everything professional? Like
from no experience in it, I had no idea how much you guys do. There's such a perception. You watch it on TV. Yeah, the guys. Yeah. Oh, he's not enough. Well, there. Here, I'll net this one. You net that one. Let's go for lunch.
Yeah. Your guys' persona about, it doesn't matter about the size of the fish, the Instagram post. I'm not the best fly fisherman. I've been fly fishing for a while, and I just have been knocking on this door, trying to get into the community and not really knowing which way to go. And I had a gut feeling, and it was kind of aligned with how you guys think. And after that morning session there, it was that was it. I was like, okay, like this is how I need. This is right. My gut feeling was right, and I found some people that are fucking off the hook. yeah.
Like, this is why I wanted to be here. I told you this on your boat. It's because of your culture, because of the people that you are, and the willingness to love people. Like, that's what I've always been about. And like, you guys have that. That's what makes you different. Anybody can go fishing. Anybody can learn how to fish and be better at fishing. But the culture that you developed, like, this is what makes it so impactful and like so crazy. Singing with you on the way, like all the, like everything. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's so powerful that it like hits you in the chest and you're like, God, like how can you be anything other than grateful and like literally a feeling of bliss and like, yeah, I don't know. Whoever you believe in is working.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, got you. And you're like, okay.
Oh yeah. That brings
Guide
back
school. Memories, eh?
A lot of memories, a lot of good times in guide school. So if you're curious and whatever that means to you, check out flyfishingbover.com/guide school. Yeah. That's how we do it. Art Corey, Heidi Ho's Superheroes finally got you on the big scene. Oh yeah, we're on the TV now. That's super cool. So Sean said it when he said, "Oh, Mike's back."
Hey,
Mike. Had his prostate surgery, cancer last week, and he's back. And I chatted with him last week, and he said a bunch of people from TNL had reached out to him to see how he was doing. And OQP right there, and just kind of like throwing that in there with what Sean said. The culture, the group of people who tune in every single week or when they can. It's literally the magic that takes place here. So we are grateful for you guys. We say it all the time, but if you don't tune in, the group's not here. It's weird.
That is just a couple of dudes and
grown-up
awesome
dudes
costumes.
with a great cheesecake waiting outside for us in superhero costumes. So without much further ado,
is it time
to eat the cheesecake?
I was thinking more about some heartbreak, but okay.
Oh. Well, folks, get your bingo cards ready.
There's a reason he dressed up as a villain today.
It's a good point. I should probably put on my...
Put Thanos back on. Oh, man. So, guys, if you don't know what Flyingo or bingo is, we have this awesome sponsor, Water Master. You can see we're sitting in one of their boats right now. Yeah, they sponsor this, so it's awesome. What we're going to do is we have a bunch of giveaways from our sponsors, which we kind of showed you some of, but because there's been 2 weeks now where no one's won it, the prizes have compounded, so things are going to get a lot better. So
why has nobody won it, Tim?
Well, the real... I don't want to say yet. We'll get to that in a minute. But how do you win this? So any line, so whether that's an angle, side, up, down, whatever you want, any complete line is going to win you this. So we're going to call out. You can see the first 4 calls on the board right now. Go ahead, start checking them off on your bingo cards. And if you don't have one, you can see where to get one right below there. And yeah, if you get a bingo, we want you to drop in the comments, say bingo, and let us know what the cue on the top of your card is. It'll be a number, 3.
Tim, put your thing on your eyes. If I can't see, you can't see. Oh, bah.
I can't
So this is Superhero Night. If you just tuned in and you're wondering what in the actual bejesus is going on, it's just a bit of a dress-up episode for Thursday Night Live Fly Time. So if everybody's got their bingo cards ready, we just keep calling out numbers until somebody wins, just like Tim said.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to...
And there's a very high likelihood, especially on a single line, of there being a tie.
Yes.
So just because someone says bingo doesn't mean you shouldn't have said bingo if you got bingo. So drop in the comments.
Say bingo.
There's tiebreakers, so we can figure that out.
Put out your card number and then say which call number you got it on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the comments are a bit delayed. Troy Tracy is already 3 out of 4. And what happens after bingo is we go to a thing called Doors of Doom. Doors of Doom, folks, where the bingo's not really the final be-all way to win. You've got to choose the correct door. There's 3 doors, and I believe everyone's starting to see a pattern, and the folks here will help you out.
Hopefully, yes.
There's also a support group for those who have not got past the Doors of Doom.
It's a much larger group than the winning group.
That's a good point. There's only been one person who has successfully got past the Doors of Doom.
Yeah.
So we got Thursday Night Live, Fly Time, Shop Vac, Fly Fishing Academy, Simple, Scud, and Royal Wolf.
And S2.
And S2. No,
you really can't see anything.
No, I really can't, and I'm hot. It's getting hot in here. So I just want to have a drink. It's getting hot in here, and Tim's Cheesecake brings all the girls to the yard. So Trish, if you're still here, what Tim told me during the movie was...
what? I don't remember saying anything.
Yeah, you're like... Yes. It doesn't bring all the girls to the yard. It brings my one and only true love.
I definitely said that, yeah.
To the front porch, where we can watch the sunrise every single morning together for the rest of our lives.
Oh, that's special. I did say that.
Yeah, you did.
I remembered. It's like right word for word. You nailed it.
You forgot?
No, I didn't. It's right there.
Well, you did, and then you remembered.
Oh, well, yeah. Brief lapse.
It's brief. It's brief. But the good thing is, you remembered. So, it's not true.
Oh, we got Devil Bug added. That's 7 calls. Come on, somebody's got to get something here. Well, she thinks I'm full of shit because my eyes are so brown. She might be right.
See,
she is still watching. Well,
okay.
I did mean it.
He didn't say front porch. He meant to the back deck.
To the back deck. That was the only difference than what
and
I said. Is
that better? Is that more? I need to know what believable is here.
Let's just stop. We're ahead.
We're not ahead. We're behind. Or, I mean, I guess all the girls are in the yard.
Yeah.
We could go out and check the yard.
Well, do you want to tell the good folks what happened last week?
In the yard?
Well, it wasn't the yard. We couldn't even get into the playground.
What do we... Oh, that's a good point. Where's Chaz tonight?
He already messaged me today and said, remember that one time last week when...
Bingo, new flashback. Doug Pipke. Oh my goodness. Troy Tracy. We've got a lot of bingos, folks.
Let's do it.
Oh man, I can't breathe.
Greg's got it. Okay, let's see some numbers.
We're not sure what he's got.
We need to see card numbers and what call you got it on.
Yeah, I might have to take the mask off to see the computer.
027 for Troy. Now, Troy, which call did you get it on? So tell us which bug name or whatever you got it on.
So here's 027. You got it on call number 8.
And same as new flashback. Card 118 on call number 8.
Guys, I gotta come out of costume just for a second. I gotta take this glove off because it doesn't work on the keyboard. All right.
Anything else?
I don't have pants on anyways, so we'll be fine. Oh, Roger's gonna print out his bingo card so I can set fire
to it.
Okay, so 118 call 8, so we need to do that. So him and Troy Tracy are still there.
Yeah. And Greg, did you actually get it or did you just make a mistake? Let us know.
So they both got it on call number 8. So that's fantastic because we do have a tiebreaker, which will just show up. And all we do is we just enter your card numbers in there. And we let the computer do the magic. So we're just waiting to see if Greg Childers is also one of the winners. Remember, guys, if you didn't win, now's the time to really be a winner and go ahead and Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, fill up your shopping cart because we're about to drop the codes.
Dropping codes.
Drop the codes. Drop it like it's hot. And then we're going to tie the simple stone, the simple golden stone. So get those packages ready and good luck with the Doors of Doom. This is for all the goodies. Thread. Which thread should everybody get ready?
Good question. Good question.
Let's prep the group.
So I'm going to use a UTC. This time I'm going to use a 70, and I'm going to use it in brown. Brown or tan or yellow would work for this golden stone.
Well, it looks like there's no more.
No, it looks like it's just two
what
of them.
was, let's check it out.
027.
027 was the other one?
And 118.
All right, folks, so I
Let's
enter
see
both of your codes in here like you've seen, and I just hit go, and then my hands are up. I don't do anything else. Watch this. Boom. And now we just see who the winner is.
It's gonna be
118.
Oh, there it is.
Glenn Pipke.
Glenn Pipke. Oh, man. He's going to be so mad when he loses.
Troy.
Sorry, buddy,
it was close.
That's just a save from heartbreak.
Yes, that is true.
You're welcome, actually.
That is true. That is true. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop over here to this camera.
Ooh,
well,
you look good. Yeah, we do.
Isn't it weird without any music?
Yes. Very good.
All right. What we need to do is I can't see. My eyes aren't in here. Okay. We're still with you, folks.
Yeah. Does Robin shoot a bow? Does he have any cool weapons? I need to do some research. Oh boy.
Here comes the kick in the nuts. So
Doors of
wait.
Doom.
We're looking for Glenn Pipke.
Mr. Glenn.
The winner of One Step, The Awkward Silence.
Help him out, guys.
Do you like this? I built the Doors of Doom here.
Looks like that. Yeah, looks like a wizard hat.
Yeah, the wizard's for Sean. Sean Ellison.
The fisheye and the wizard.
Okay, all right. Wait, is that a wizard? See?
Yes, it is, Sean.
Let's listen to Tim. Listen to Tim. You guys will listen to us eat that cheesecake. Everyone's saying 2. I would have picked 1. Troy would have picked 1. It's good to know what Troy would have picked. But we need to hear from Glenn. Door number 2.
Door 2, just like that. Oh. I'm nervous because I don't even know, folks. I don't know if he changed it from last week. I don't know if he changed it from
I
the
hope
first time.
everybody saw a pattern. But Glenn picked door number 2.
I don't think it's
And
the right
without
door.
further ado,
I don't think it's the right door.
I need to check what's behind door number 1 first.
Okay, let's do it.
This is slowly gonna build.
Well.
Oh.
Let's see if he even got anything.
Oh,
no! My goodness. I told him.
Skunked.
Glen.
Absolutely skunked.
Well, that's how the Doors of Doom work. I rarely see them do anything but be doomy. Doomy, doomy, doomy.
Well, Glenn, what you did was you didn't stick to the fact that I'd ever changed the doors.
But you can get a new membership to the club, the support group.
But there's a support group for you.
Oh, man.
And that, my friend,
that's how the cookie crumbles.
That's how the cookie... I can't find the button to get us out of here, but anyway.
I promise you he enjoys that more than anything else.
Oh, God.
With the amount of time we spend in front of our vices, Don't you think you deserve a pair of scissors that can make the cut?
Oh,
man.
graciousness.
So cruel.
That's how it's done here on Thursday Night Live, folks. Some of you don't win ever. Some of you win and then don't win ever. And some of you
never, ever, ever win.
Never play.
Yeah.
But having said that, that just means that next Thursday for St. Paddy's Day.
Oh, man. Yeah, it is. It is.
St. Paddy's Day. Okay, so how do you win the costume contest? You got to send your picture of your superhero costume to TNL at flyfishingbowriver.com.
Yes.
And I just wanted to check one thing out.
Just one?
I can hold.
We do need to see if somebody else dressed up. 'Cause hopefully
Yeah,
we're
we
not the only
do.
ones.
We do need to see if someone else dressed up because I have a Water Master hat.
Oh. Let us see.
As the prize.
I want that. There it is.
For the person who dressed up and the best dressed.
The best dressed? Let's see it.
For superhero night. So anyways, that's kind of how it is. I feel like my hair is rather large.
Where did that come from?
Tim.
the tickle trunk?
The tickle trunk.
Oh, it's getting full.
If you ever wanted to donate to the show, I got to find some new music.
Yeah.
You got to tie some flies.
We need some K-pop,
We got to
tell
check
ya.
out the
We
baking
need to
camp.
convince someone in this house to bring us that cake.
I know. Trish, can you make a drive down here? Because apparently nobody
else is watching.
in this house cares about us.
Oh, that does
And
look good.
if Mateo was watching, well, she could come down here, pop that cake open, and make it a party.
Yes, well, maybe after this next fly, we'll be delighted with some cake.
If Ron Jeremy is your superhero,
The old Ron Jeremy, eh?
let's tie some flies,
All right.
folks.
Well, let's do it. I'm going to switch mics over here.
Email those in. I'm checking right now. We're going to call a winner super duper quick.
Alrighty, folks. Let's get this
I got
silly
no
fly.
entries. No entries.
No entries. Come on, people.
Send-
Somebody had to have tied up and dressed up with us. Okay, guys. So what we are tying the simple golden stone. Let me show you a picture here. Alrighty. This is what we got. Okay. Super, super easy. Some might even call it simple. I know that's why it's named that. And we are gonna show you how to tie this guy up. So go ahead and open up that kit of yours if you've got it. Hopefully you do. And we are gonna pull out our, this one does have some small pieces, so be careful when you open it that you don't lose it. There's some beads in there.
Well, I think I told
some
everybody
hooks.
I was about to drop a code.
Oh, you didn't drop the code. You should do that.
Let's see what I can do here.
Drop it like it's hot.
That's a good point. Let me try something that might crash the show.
Rosina?
No. Oh, yeah, we haven't done her in a while.
We can do on this one. For show.
Okay, folks, the first code is not on that keyboard. It's coming in on this keyboard.
Keyboard. All right. Let's see. Okay, guys, while you're waiting for that code, let's go ahead and grab our hook. It's about a size 8.
Tim, they're not going to want to grab a
know,
hook
but
when this
just
code pops
listen.
up.
Put your bead on, get it in your vise, and then you can wait for your code. Get that sucker in there, secure.
Send the entry to TNL at flyfishingbowriver.com.
Yeah, I'm wearing the Flash t-shirt. Does that count?
Well, everybody ready for the code? Jim dressed up as himself.
Well, if that ain't a superhero.
No, it's not.
It's not, no.
That's one pathetic loser.
That was a simple statement.
Tonight, Jim, was your chance to be something better.
And you
All right,
failed.
here comes the code. The first code is here. It's all capitals, no spacing. Enter it in your Yeah.
Yeah.
Enter it in your Jam Wham Jammo Blammo.
Jammo Blammo.
There it is.
Oh, TNL 40.
40.
That's a big. Let me get on this.
40% off.
That's just big savings. Big savings.
Are you buying stuff?
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, if I can beat somebody to this and they've
I
had all
would.
this time,
I totally would.
I'm going to try. If
I
can beat
totally would. I'm just gonna be over here, living my best life.
living your best life.
Ken says, I forgot it was Superhero Thursday. I thought it was Naked Thursday, so I won't send. No, send your pick. We would love to show the folks.
Why not?
We would love to show the folks, guys. That code, where did the code go? The
Let's do
code
it.
disappeared. Anyways, it's TNL 40. It doesn't work. If it doesn't work, that means another person has already got the code. The code only works once. It's only good for one person. The first person to get the code is what works. So not valid for items in your cart because the code has already been used. Okay? So, because you guys love that code so much, that only worked for one person. Okay? So there's 100 and some people hanging out here tonight, and
Am I gonna beat somebody to this?
no, you're definitely not. It's far gone.
Is it really gone already?
Yeah.
You promise? You're not lying?
Okay.
I gotta
So the next code is good for 25% off.
Oh, 25. That's still pretty
Okay,
good.
that's still really good. And that code is good for 3 people. So I'm just going to hold tight. Going to let everybody reset their cart, check their carts out. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, I haven't dropped the code yet, but I'm going to drop the code because what I want you to do is get back into your carts, get ready to go. TNL. I'm not going to tell you the rest of the words, but this one is good for 25% off, and it is good for
Go.
3 people. I just got to write this in. And here goes. TNL 25 is good for 25% off for the first 3 people to use the code. So if it says it's not valid, it's because you're the 4th or the 12th.
Oof. Well, that sucks.
You got beat again?
I got beat.
TNL,
I wanted that 40.
TNL 25. Hopefully somebody bought a Vice and not just some dubbing.
Yeah, some dubbing.
Facebook lag time. Well, folks, you know the party's on YouTube, or sort of. So there's that right here.
Oh man, that's good. Even 25, that's huge. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, get at it, guys. Get at it.
Yeah.
Cole, you're late to the party, but get on Rocky Mountain Fly Shop and go order something and use that code because you're getting 25% off.
That is a good code. But for everybody else,
yep,
we have something else for you because I'm sure that code's already gone.
Oh, there's something more?
Yep.
Okay, do tell. Do tell. That's some significant discounts there, people. It'd be a great time to buy a Norvise. Oh, TNL free shipping.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
big
for
one, dude.
free shipping. So we're going to leave that one up. We're going to tie some flies because I'm sure the other 4 are seriously gone.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get at this fly, folks. We are tying the simple golden stone. So I'm going to go over the one thing. This isn't in your kit. It's not a necessity, but if you have it, go ahead and put it on. I'm going to use some lead wire on this one. I like these to be extra heavy. Make sure they're getting right to the bottom where the fish are at. This is 0.020. I'm going to grab a fairly decent chunk of this, and I am going to start wrapping on this hook, okay? So when we tie this, we're actually not going to tie all the way back to the bend. We're going to start this fly a little bit farther up by the hook point. So this is where I'm going to start my lead. Lead wire or lead free or whatever, depending on your regulations, what you use and where is up to you.
Send the superhero pic to tnl@flyfishingbowriver.com.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep advancing this all the way up, kind of as far as I can. I'm going to go in there and trim it out or break it off. push that right up into the bead, and it's a nice way of holding that bead in place too. Okay, and then I'm just gonna cinch that there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my thread. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start my thread right behind all that lead wrap, and I'm gonna lay down a bunch of thread wraps to make sure that it's not gonna move back down the fly on me. Once I've done that, I'm gonna get that tag end out, and then I'm gonna lay a bunch of thread wraps down on top, just to make sure that that's not gonna go anywhere. I'm not worried about covering up the lead color because we have tons of materials to come on top. I'm just more making sure it's not gonna go anywhere, okay? Then I'm gonna take my thread wrap, or my thread back just a little bit back to that point, okay? The first thing that I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna grab a little tiny bit of that dubbing. So you got quite a bit of dubbing here that you can see. Okay, we're gonna grab just a little piece of it. We're gonna make a little ball with it that we're gonna put our biots up against, our goose biots. So I'm just gonna come in here and make a small dubbing noodle, pretty tight one, okay? Just like that. It doesn't have to be anything super crazy. I'm gonna lay down a bunch of wraps. I'm gonna make this little dubbing ball, and that's gonna be more than enough. And this is where we're gonna lay our biots up against, and it's gonna assist in helping them splay out, which is important. Okay. Next material we're gonna go to is it's kind of hard to see in that kit, but we have some extra small gold ultra wire. Okay. So we're gonna grab that ultra wire. That's gonna be a nice ribbing for the body portion of this fly. So let's go ahead and tie that in as well. And we're gonna tie it in kind of up on this wire, and we're gonna let those thread wraps push it.
I got to step up the music game.
Yeah, you do.
It's time to get the party started, folks. Everybody who shopped tonight, we thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for supporting Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, one of our awesome sponsors. They do a lot for us, and they do a lot for you. So let's, we got that wire tied in. I am going to add just a little bit of dubbing to this, this ball because I actually pushed a little bit down on it, and I need it to be just plump enough. Just spread out my biots. Perfect. Okay, so from here, what I'm actually going to do is I like to change the way that this wire sits on here. So what I do, instead of it being round, I'm going to come in here with some, these are forceps, and I'm just going to flatten it out. And all that's doing is that took that wire from being round in shape to flattening it right out, which is a little bit more natural shape for what we're doing with a stonefly. Okay. Now we're going to go over to our biots. They're going to be the next thing that we use. So you're going to have a whole bunch of them in a clump here. So just grab off 2 of them. So you kind of pull them off that stem.
You know what's going to be good with cheesecake is this gingerbread lager.
Oh, that is going to be a good choice.
I checked the yard. There's no girls there.
Yeah? Yeah?
I guess it's just Trish for you.
Oh, all right.
Front porch.
Front porch, back deck.
That was so romantic of you.
It was. I know.
It's like,
I'm actually surprised I said it.
You should. Yeah, I am too.
But I'm good like that, so.
You're great like that.
I'm a romantic person.
You are a romance Lance. Lance, romance?
Romance Lance.
Lance,
right.
Romance.
Romance Lance.
Reminds me, we can't forget to tell the story about last Thursday after TNL.
We will tell that. That was good.
We swore never to tell it.
But we have to. Cause
we've clearly got a winner for the contest.
Oh, good. Good. All right, so guys, we're going to take this biot. And then you can see on a biot, they kind of have a natural tendency to go in one direction. So this one's kind of tipping up. So I'm going to make sure that when I tie this in, it's going to turn and swoop out. Now, when I measure this, I want it to be about close to a full length of the fly I'm tying. So if I went from the bead to that clump, that's about the length I'm going to go. These stoneflies do have a pretty long tail. So I'm going to start by tying this one on the far side of the fly. So right up against kind of where you guys are. Just a couple of light wraps. Then I'm going to grab that butt and I'm going to kind of pull it to where I want it, up against that that clump that we made there. And then also, so you can see it splayed it nicely for us. And when it's up against there, I can also adjust the length. So if I want it to be a little shorter tail, I can pull on that stub and that makes the tail a little shorter. I'm happy with how that tail is. I don't need a super long tail, just one that looks prominent enough. I'm going to advance my thread up and grab that butt section.
Cole wants to know if anybody beat the Doors of Doom. The answer is no.
Nope, they did not. Nobody beats the Doors of Doom. They only beat you. Now we're going to grab that other biot. I'm going to do the same thing on the near side. And it looks like, if I were to show you this, it looks very splayed right now, but that'll calm down a little bit once we put some dubbing up against it. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to match it so it's the same length and also curves out away from the fly, just like the last one did. I'm going to adjust the length of that. I'm I'm going to grab it with my thread, and then I'll work my thread up to against there so it splays nicely. And if I need to pull a little bit more out this way, pull a little bit more out. There we go. And now I'll come back up and I will just secure that butt on that wire. And now I'm going to come back here, guys, and we're going to start working with this dubbing. So I'm going to grab this dubbing, and we're going to make probably a 4-inch long dubbing noodle, and we want it to be nice and plump. So use lots of dubbing. Don't be shy about the dubbing on this one, because we're going to make the main body of this fly, and we want to have lots of dubbing on it so that it's got some good girth, we'll say. Because then we're going to wrap some wire over it too, so it has a tendency of kind of compressing it. So we'll make a nice 4 or 5-inch long dubbing noodle. Now I'm going to start taking some wraps. So I'm going to take some wraps up against that those biots there, kind of locking them in and down, and then start advancing and remembering I kind of got to build that taper. So if it looks a little skinnier, I need it to grow in size as I move forward. Okay. Starting to grow, you can see there. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit more because that wasn't enough. We're going to keep adding a little bit more because we want to go all the way up to about the 2/3 of the way up the fly mark, because that's where we're going to build our thorax from there. But we want to be all the way up there before we stop with this. No, we're going to be right about there. It's going to be about perfect. Take that little bit out. And now I'm going to throw a quick half hitch in here just to save the work. Remember, guys, if you need us to slow down or take a break, SOS us so we know. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that wire that we left there, and now I'm going to start doing nice. Oh no, I lied to you.
Yeah,
oh,
where's your
I
pheasant?
lied. I lied so hard. Oh, guys.
I was gonna call you out and say you
call me out?
forgot
Oh,
something.
man. We are gonna have to do a little change here, guys.
I was like, I think you forgot something, but
I was
then
just
I'm
so
like,
excited to get to my next stage here.
you were excited for the cheesecake.
I know.
That's
I can't
the
help
point.
it. So you're gonna get to see.
I think
Tim
you're
be
like
humble,
you're
okay?
like so lost in your romantic endeavors.
Yeah, that's what it was. Definitely that.
You're
Let's
just
go with
like,
that.
Trish, you gotta leave. He's flustered. He can't think of anything.
Okay, guys. So what you're gonna see is this is called humility right here.
This is a fact because
How many times do you do this?
everybody does it.
Oh yeah.
And nobody talks about it.
That's okay.
Tim's calling SOS. That is a fact.
Yeah. So
Well,
guys, what we forgot to do is
let's
put
just
in
check
something.
on the bacon cam.
Make sure it hasn't gone anywhere. Okay,
Tim?
I'm happy. What? Wait. Oh no. There's a piece. There's a piece missing.
We got a problem.
Now I have an SOS.
That's actually an SOS.
Yes. Okay. I don't
Guys,
like
check
that.
it out. The Kinder Surprise cheesecake. You gotta send Des a message. I promise you, you will not regret it. If I've ever recommended something to you that's been bad, it's not true. Now this is also
Definitely
something
not true.
super epic. But we got an issue. I gotta find where that piece of cake went.
Yeah, go find me that cake. Okay, guys. So just ignore that there's any dubbing on this fly because it's not supposed to be there.
It's just
We'll come
hairy
back to that.
thread.
Hairy thread. What we meant to do was tie in our fairly substantial clump of pheasant tail. Okay, so take half of what we gave you, and we're gonna tie this in on top because this is actually what needs to be like our back of the stonefly. So this is kind of an important role here to have in. So I'm gonna come about halfway down the fly. I'm gonna tie in those tips, make sure they're good and secure. I'm gonna kind of try to flatten them out a bit because I want to have a nice kind of broad appearance when I pull all this stuff forward. And I'm gonna take this right back to where I left my thread at those biots. So I don't want to go back up over that ball because then it'll just kind of take away from what I'm trying to do. Now we're gonna go back to our dubbing and we're gonna create that initial body piece because we want to be able to pull that pheasant tail back up and over, which gives us the back of our fly. So that is an important step to not miss twice. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my nice dubbing noodle in. This is the body, so don't shy away from putting a good amount on here. If you were like me and you had to secure a little bit down into the fly, just make sure you leave enough to get through this again. So I'm gonna start wrapping this body portion up, just like so, making sure, as we said before, that it's kind of building in size, building in that taper's growing. Let me use just a little bit more. And then when we wrap this wire over, it's going to compress a lot of that dubbing down and make it look like there's not a ton there. So that's why we kind of overdo it a little bit on this portion of the fly. just because it does compress it quite a bit. We're almost there. Let's do a little bit more and we'll finish her off right there. Okay, so now we can actually go to our wire and let's do some nice touching. Haha, tricked you again. We're gonna pull all that forward first. So now you can see that's gonna give us the back to our fly. So I'm gonna pull it right to where I left my thread. I'm gonna use my thread to bind that down. So it's gonna give me that appearance on the back, okay? Just that kind of thinner looking appearance. We're gonna lock that down with a few good thread wraps, pull tight, pull it back up, make sure it's good and locked in there. And now we're gonna take that wire and we're gonna go up and over, and it's gonna secure not only the dubbing, but it's gonna secure that back, okay? Now we wanna be not super like touching wraps, but we wanna be a little tighter than you would normally think. This is gonna make for some nice segmentation, which if you've ever looked at the body of a stonefly, it looks just like this. It's actually really cool how real this makes this look for such a simple pattern. So once I get that wire locked down, I'm gonna trim that wire out. We're not gonna use that anymore. So that's what our back should look like now. So you can see we got that nice segmentation of the body over the back. And now I'm gonna take some dubbing on here again. So don't worry about where those are sitting right now. We're gonna make a much shorter dubbing noodle, okay? But just as bulky as the last one, okay? So we're gonna be putting in a big amount of material just in a very small portion. This one's not gonna be as big as the last one we do, so don't go crazy, but still have a good amount on there. So I'm gonna leave, let's say this much for right now. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this back and I'm gonna take some thread wraps and then some dubbing wraps back up, and it's gonna push all of that kind of rearward, okay? So now that I'm there, I left that space between the bead. Okay, so we're gonna have one more kind of thorax bump to do here. So I'm gonna fold that forward now, up and over the bump I just created. Flatten it out, take a nice thread wrap down so it's nice and tight. That's our first portion of thorax. Okay, so it looks like that, all right? And then I'm gonna pull another little dubbing noodle or some dubbing out, make one more dubbing noodle. This one's gonna be even bulkier than the last one. This is gonna be our last one, kind of right, the biggest portion of the thorax right behind the head of the fly. And I'm gonna put maybe a little bit longer one or just a little bit bulkier one, whichever you kind of prefer. And put that down. Gonna work a nice little portion of this dubbing noodle up behind the head. So I'm gonna do one more time. I'm gonna fold that back, take some wraps so it kind of almost goes back up on top of itself. With that dubbing, makes that nice bump. Then start advancing forward, right up behind the bead. Use up that dubbing. I'm gonna bring my thread to just behind the eye, and now I'm gonna pull that pheasant tail forward. And on this last one, I want you to think of really spreading out that pheasant tail so it makes it look like a much larger, flatter back right at the head. So I'm gonna kind of spread that stuff out before I tie it in, and that's gonna assist in making a little bit broader looking last bump to that thorax. So I'm gonna take a couple wraps, pull down, pull it back, a couple wraps in front. And now all we have is a whip finish and a little bit of UV resining to do. We can bring Rosina out maybe. She'll come up for the party.
Oh, yeah. Colin said thanks to everybody who ordered. He's taking the little man to TFO in Calgary in the morning, so Tam has to pack all the orders.
Nice. Well played.
That's how we support each other, folks.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm just going to do a little whip finish here. Get that locked in. I'm not going to do a whole bunch because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to be doing some resin work, which is going to really help secure and hold this in place. So now we've left here, this kind of looks plain and simple, but we're still going to add some legs. We're just going to use the dubbing we put in, and that's why we put a lot of extra dubbing in there, because we're going to work it out. But before we do that, I'm going to put some resin on top. This is going to really secure this back, and it gives it a nice little bubble appearance. It gives it a little bit of a little bit bigger thorax appearance. So what I want to do is I want to take my UV resin and go from basically the front of the bead back over both of those thorax bumps to where I left the wire.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
There she is. That a girl.
That's Rosina, folks. She shows up whenever the resin shows up.
Whenever the resin
Hence
shows
the
up.
name Rosina.
Yes. So tonight I'm using this Solares thin hard formula. This is my favorite for any type of backs or anything on nymphs that I'm going to do. So I'm putting a little bubble down. I'm going to spread it out a bit, make sure it goes all the way up on the bead and then all the way back to the edge of that wire. You don't want it to be too much, so just sometimes you kind of got to stop while you're ahead, which I'm not great at doing. There we go. I'm going to cure that. Make sure it's good and good and cured. And then
I think Rosina hasn't showed up for a while, so tonight she's going to make a double appearance. A D8. Double appearance.
You heard it here first, folks. Okay, so I've got that cured. So now you can see from the top, it gives it a nice little sheen and glow. From the side, it gives it a little bit of a bump on that thorax. And now we're going to go down and create the legs, okay, folks? So this is what I'm going to do. You can do it with a bodkin. You can use the pokey end of your the pokey end of your whip finish tool, or you can use a simple piece of Velcro. Okay, I'm going to show you how.
Can you use a Pokemon?
Oh, maybe. So I'm going to come to the side of the fly, just up here at the thorax, and I'm just going to work some of this out. All that means is I'm pulling a little. I find that the Velcro gives you a more even.
Oh yeah.
A more even pull.
You will not find this tip in the quick tie.
No, you won't. I kept it for the live
That's why
show.
you gotta come for both.
So once I feel I've pulled a decent portion out of both sides, take that. Now watch what this turned into, okay?
What? Oh, look at that.
Boom.
Legs.
Legs, gills, the whole shebang.
You could even like touch a little bit of resin in the armpit of those legs, and that'll actually keep them
out
a little tighter out. Because once that gets wet, but hey,
they're gonna push back a little, but yeah.
You could also tie some rubber legs into this fly if you really wanted.
But then it wouldn't be simple, Dana.
That's a good point. It would just be the rubber leg simple golden stone.
So there you have it, folks. That is the
point.
simple golden stone. This one, because it is so easy to tie, you might even be willing to leave it on the bottom of the river, which is where we know the bugs are, so you got to get them down as deep as possible.
So there's a good question, statement, conversation. What's the best dress? Email tnl@flyfishingbowriver.com. So let's talk about fishing stoneflies.
Yeah.
I would say you understand that these costumes don't come off easy, so we're holding a lot of liquids.
Yeah, we are. Things are getting tense up in the bladder region.
The bladdery.
The bladdery.
That's me.
Bladdery.
All right, so fishing stoneflies. Stoneflies.
I thought we were talking about the bar.
We will talk about the bar. I just want to give a little bit of tip about fishing stoneflies because we said get them on the bottom of the river, which I believe a lot of the time that's the place to get your stoneflies. And a lot of people like Tim just tied it with a lot of lead weight because you want to get them down. More often than not, the stoneflies do crawl around the bottom of the river. Also remember there's a time of the year where they are moving and crawling out the banks to hatch into adult stoneflies, which we've tied with flies such as the foamulator. So that's pretty cool when you get to fish them on the surface. But make sure that you have your favorite stonefly nymph pattern in your box unweighted. Okay, you can fish them as droppers, shallow droppers.
Yep.
Because what happens is these bugs are crawling out and they kind of get hung up in that little slower bank water. They don't swim and they just kind of suspend themselves. So don't negate the fact that we're telling you to fish them on the bottom, because you could fish stonefly nymphs all year long and get them on the bottom. But there's a time of the year that they are better fished suspended in the water column because their activity of moving out to the banks and they get kind of shuffled back in. And yeah, that's a really cool time of the year.
Yeah, special time of year.
Speaking of which, we're booking lots of trips, and we have dates left this summer, but not a lot. So if you're curious about doing a trip with us at flyfishingbowriver.com, hit us up. Make sure you get your date on the calendar.
Yeah.
Early July is not looking good. End of August is not good at all for you, but there is still some dates kind of end of July, early August, and end of September is pretty open right now. So make sure you hit us up if you're wanting to do a float trip with us this summer. We would love to take you on the water.
We would.
I gotta pee so bad.
Keep it together, man. Keep it together.
Okay, so let's check out
some dressed up people.
The dressed up people. So I believe we just head over to this little thing here. And first of all, we're going to find Ray McDonald dressed up as Arrow.
Nice.
I'm not sure if he dressed up as Arrow or he just grabbed his bow.
It's something. He's there.
Up. And here we got Hank, the Spider Trooper. Spider Trooper.
Look at this.
And a kettlebell. There's a kettlebell because the Spider Trooper works out with kettlebells. Yeah. That's a good point. Good point, Matt. That's great. This in from Cam Wolnuff is the Ant-Man. He calls himself Mush Mush because that's off of Fat Albert.
Look at that.
But that's Cam. This just in from Cole. He is I am low budget man. So
I get that.
That's he has no money.
He has no money.
And this sent in from Charlie. This is Landon. And Landon was the winner of the last dress up.
Nice.
At, which one is that? Yellowstone? 70s.
70s, I think.
70s, night.
70s,
yeah, he's dressed up like Grandpa Barry.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. Good job, Landon. You look super cool and super scary. But I have to say, because I've already checked all these out, other than Cole's, which just showed up, this one is pretty epic. Because this is Emmett. And Emmett made his own superhero costume because he himself was enough.
I like it.
So that's superhero Emmett.
Nicely done, dude.
So Emmett, you have won the Water Master hat.
Yes,
and do not let your dad steal it from you.
No way.
Holding a Thursday Night Live Fly Tying sign.
I like it.
That's super cool.
That's awesome, dude. Well done.
Super Emmett. I think Mom had a little bit of help in that. But that's what it's about, folks. We dress up. We have fun. We hang out with you guys on Thursday. So good job, Emmett. You have won this episode this week. I didn't know what the word was.
Oh, you're looking for this theme night, maybe?
This theme night.
Yeah, you got it.
So remember, guys.
Nicely done.
What I do want to do is say thanks to our sponsors one more time. We're going to come back. We're going to hit the wins.
Yeah.
Let's see what's still there. We don't have a piece.
Where did that piece go?
That is not, it's not
cool.
in my lap. It's not in your lap. If anybody in the household is watching, also would love to have myself one of those pieces.
With the amount of time we spend in front of our vices, don't you think you deserve a pair of scissors that can make the cut?
All right.
Thanos is now wearing a toque, folks. It is winter.
That was head. My head hurt. All things hurt in that situation. Okay, I have for March 26th. Make sure you get your tickets.
It'll be a super fun day.
Other than that, I don't really know what else we have for you tonight.
Except the most important part of the show.
Us
there it is.
and you and all of your wins. So we could make them pick a door, but that heartbreak for a child.
It might just end things.
That's so what do we do here on this part of the night? We share our wins. We share the good things that have been happening throughout the week. Good things don't have to be big things. They just have to be some sort of positivity that you've experienced. Did you get up today? That's a win. Did you have a great sleep last night? That is also a win. did you tie the fly tonight without breaking your thread? That is also a win. So how we kind of begin the end of this show is we'll share some of our wins with you guys, kind of tell you what it is. Hopefully it inspires you guys to share some of your wins. And then we're going to go through and we read your guys' wins and go grab some cheesecake. Hopefully that cheesecake's on its way.
Yeah, hopefully it's still there.
From out there well, it is. I can check.
Oh, yeah.
I can hit the camera. I can see the camera. I can't see the camera.
What if they orchestrated a special camera to fool us?
They did. They tricked us.
Can you imagine the whole thing's gone?
Yeah. Well, I would snap.
Lose it.
That would be my loss of the week. So, Tim, why don't you crack a lack?
Yeah.
Robin, take the show.
Take the show. Okay. Well, let's talk about some wins. This week's been kind of a busy, crazy week for my family. We've kind of been excited about the opportunity of possibly moving out of our place and getting into an acreage. So we've kind of taken a bit of a leap of faith and put our house on the market just today. And we've already had some viewings, so it's been great. We're excited about the possibility of getting out of town and going somewhere where I can maybe be a little closer to my favorite fishing spots, or be able to shoot my bow on my own land, things like that. So we're excited. But yeah, it's been a huge win. It's a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz, and a lot of work. I'm not looking forward to a move, but kind of all good things. If it's supposed to happen, we know it's supposed to happen, and we'll get what we need out of our house, so we can find one that'll be a good suit for us. So I guess my win this week is that, just getting to have a little bit of excitement in our home, a little bit of a buzz, something to talk about that isn't the things of the world, and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
It's my win.
Place to store my trailer.
Yeah.
And potentially a little closer to here.
Yeah, hopefully a little closer to here. That's my rule. Farther south, yeah.
Treasury's still here. Bring Tim closer to me.
How about yourself?
Yeah, so really fun week. All weeks are fun. And what's fun about them is that we're still here. And we get to share these Thursdays with you guys. We get to be goofy. We get to have fun. We get to just kind of release a little bit of creative energy. So that's pretty cool. Couple wins this week. Fortunately, didn't get out to climb on the weekend. Nobody wanted to go, so whatever. Don't particularly want to go by myself yet. I don't know if I have that desire. But yesterday, we pretty cool day, I guess, all things considered. Janine's dad has been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. All things considered, he's in pretty good spirits. And a couple years ago when we did your film with you and your dad, Janine said to me, yeah, it was yours and then Quinn's, and then she just said, I really want to have something special like that with my dad. Because with all things terminal, we don't know the time or whatever. So yesterday we had planned to sit and interview her dad and just get it on camera, get a video, get stories. And so it was, I encourage anybody in here who is in maybe the similar situation. And I know it could kind of sound weird, like, oh, you're just like the last interview or whatever. But it was incredibly healing. Probably is a good way to say it. And I think the video went for like 4.5 hours. And I don't know her dad very well because they've lived out in Newfoundland the whole time that we've been together, and they've just recently moved back here. And so just getting to hear stories, there was parts of the video where he was laughing uncontrollably, and just getting to watch him relive things was super powerful, which is memories and which is videos and which is telling stories, which is all things that I love to do through that model or like the video we made for Tim a couple years ago. just preserving memories. And so yesterday it was really cool. I feel like I don't know if Janine's watching. I don't really care, but she's truly blessed to have what I think two of the greatest parents, and they care for the kids. They care for people. Their love for people is like out of this world. I know some people in here have met them, had some interactions with them, and I feel very lucky to get to sit yesterday and listen to some of those stories, and I know how healing that was for Janine. So although what could have appeared to be something very difficult to walk through, it was super special, and we'll just take it one day at a time. And I think the lesson there for me is that we all just take it one day at a time, whether you've been diagnosed, whether you've been told, whether you have whatever it is. We don't know what tomorrow brings for any of us, as great as your health is or what not. We just have to live. We have to live more. If this pandemic has taught us anything, we have no clue what happens tomorrow. And I'm not talking life or death. I'm talking the ability, like 2 years ago, a year ago, probably a year ago today-ish, literally come arrest us if you want, but had to sneak Tim into the house because you were not allowed to be here. Yeah. And that's just so fascinating to think of. And so live because you don't know. And so everybody's in good spirits. God is good. God is great. He's taking care of everybody. He's shining his love upon us, and that is a beautiful thing. We just walked through it day by day, but yesterday my win was getting to sit there and spend the afternoon filming and watching Janine interact with her parents. So cool. It is special. Super special. But now, for you guys, I just feel like I can't take myself seriously with this freaking costume. It's like
what was it like moments,
to change out of it?
I just want to put my hands on my hips and
All right.
Yeah, Ken, he said it's pretty much stopped raining here and the flooding is gone.
Australia, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was Australia. Just a blessing.
Adrian, life is a rocky road, but lots to be thankful for. Always winning. I also just want to say all of you working to make your life and the people's lives around you better are superheroes in my book. Keep it going, OQP. Love you all. How I'm going to put that up there one more time, but it's like when somebody says watching the group of people making everybody's lives better around them, those are superheroes. That is like...
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Huge. Cam, winning is having a good friend you can lose your shit with and remain the same as before with no bad blood.
Yeah.
So that's what is
I
real
can
friendship.
just allude to that, but Cam's one of those friends that, not everybody you agree everything with, and me and Cam had a moment last Thursday. And we took a few days to take a breather, and Cam called me. We chatted on the phone, and it's like those are the people that you hang on to. It's beautiful. Yeah. Love you, buddy. Pretty stressful day today, but as TNL started, my worries drifted like a high floating dry. Always grateful for this family.
Yeah. Laura says, really rough week all around. I made it late to the show, but made it in time for the win section of TNL, which is always a win. Well, hopefully you're doing okay, Laura, whatever the week has brought you.
This is awesome. Mike says, big win getting the effing cancer out of my body last week. Amazing surgeon and medical team. Thanks to the TNL fam for all the positive vibes, especially those who reached out to me. It's good to be back. We're glad you're on the mend.
Yeah, it's amazing, Mike.
Yeah.
Cool. My win from this week is really from last week. Had to miss TNL, but it was to go teach a local cadet program. The kids were awesome and were super appreciative of us to come out and learn about what I do. That's a great opportunity, Cole.
Mr. Augustin. My win, I helped my sister get a better job. It's less stressful on her hands, and her birthday is tomorrow. She will be 61. Wish her a happy birthday, Teresa Turlo or Thurlow. I don't know what I would do without her. She is such a blessing.
Awesome.
Yes.
Mr. Jen Lyle. Ish.
Wow, that
Yeah.
was...
Lots of prayers coming out to the family. It's awesome. Joe Matchington. Missed the last 2 weeks of TNL, fam, but got into my first 2 bonefish on the fly in the Keys last week and circled the earth once more. That's awesome, Joe.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Win of the week, spotted the wizard. I need that sticker. Well, you know it's coming.
It has to come.
The doors of doom.
Mr. Roger Beatty, my win was a hectic week that kept my wife and I busy all week long. Lots of driving, much activity. Sometimes it made our heads spin, but at the end we look back and see what we accomplished a ton and had some rare time together, which we don't get much of lately. That's awesome.
That is awesome. Mr. Pape, he got the 25% off a Rocky Mountain Fly Shop and some new shore scissors and other stuff.
Nice.
So
That's great.
so cool.
Mr. Jones, all of you that have the strength and courage to share their wins, thank you for sharing your sharing your wins. Sorry to hear about the tough news for some. We are all here for you. Excited for those who have awesome things coming up. Have a great weekend, folks. Thanks, Greg.
Just want to reiterate the point he said there's that you have the strength and courage to share your wins. I think that's overlooked.
Yeah.
Fly trout, win of the week. Finally got my new fly rod and reel. Couldn't have done it either without the help of Mr. Pipke.
Nice.
Thanks, buddy. Your help means more than you know. Well, Glenn's going to need a back rub tonight because the doors of doom
got him good.
Got him good.
Amen. My win for the week is being 1 week closer to fly fishing season. Amen to that. Yeah.
My win is your last name changed to Freedom. And your stickers are on the way. Yeah. Mr. Pipke, my first win is that I'm happy to be so charitable to donate another Flyingo prize to allow next week's deserving winner to even be more blessed.
That's amazing.
And that's how we look at it. It's the positive things, folks.
You gotta find the positive things.
We want to be better and not bitter, because the doors of doom will teach you the hard way.
It certainly does that.
Yeah. So, I gotta pee real bad. And I need that. I thought the cheesecake was gonna be coming to us.
I cannot even believe it.
I gotta check here.
Just
Is
devastating.
anybody bringing it?
Well, thanks for all the wins, guys. It's encouraging, not just for us, but for everybody else in the group to see, and gives us, a little oomph in our step to get into next week, and look forward to next Thursday.
Nice week.
It does look like to be a nice
St.
week.
Patty's Day.
Yeah. Wear green, some kind. We got
Pete's spawning shrimp.
Oh yeah, spawning shrimp. And
Pat's Plus.
Pat's Plus. That's a gooder.
So we got another shrimp and a stone.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. we got some more
couple
wins
more
coming in here.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Dickow says, my win for the week was how fast my order from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop arrived, but most of all, Colin's great customer service. He is good at that.
Bags. My win, my wife has been working super hard doing her normal stuff with the kids, studying during the evenings for her EMR course, and she's been doing very well. She got a call this week that there is a 911 call center being opened up very close to our house, and that she's a very strong candidate for a position there. It is so awesome to see her hard work getting noticed, and it looks like she will have a very good chance at a job once done this course. Super proud of her.
Oh, that's awesome. Mr. Hillbilly Taxidermy, Andy, his win for the week. My daughter.
Wrong one.
Oh,
Sorry.
you did the wrong one. My daughter turned 15 Monday, and my son turns 14 tomorrow. Could possibly have 2 new drivers in the house this tomorrow. And Thursday nights are always a win. Yeah, that's incredible. And I got to give a little shout out to Andy and to Eli. They did another one of my skulls for me this week, and I know, Eli, you went out of your way to bump me way up the list because I didn't expect to see that skull till next hunting season, and you got it done for us and for me. So thank you so much for that, buddy.
A little birdie told me without telling me that TNL fam kind of gets a little bit of...
We get special treatment over here.
Hillbilly's taxidermy, folks. You need some taxidermy stuff?
He will take care of you.
You just go see what he does for the TNL fam.
Heck yeah. So thanks, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so like thoughts on a group Thursday Night Live summer float to the Wizard Wall. So thoughts, yes. Logistics working. Trying to figure it out. So Sean has a date with me booked early July, and he's planning to stay for a couple days.
Yeah, when is he coming?
I'm just trying to get that cheesecake.
I know. And it's not coming.
It's not coming quick enough.
Oh, man.
Sean is on July 11th. And then he's also on July 12th by himself. So he was thinking, because Mr. Steve Lyle and the Jen Lyle got a couple boats out that day, that Sean's going to be floating in his pontoon. So July 12th is the day we are kind of looking to add some more folks.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this more.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Jillian
McNally. Huge win for me this week. Came out of the office to leave my apprentice on the floor for Trump's newest helicopter and had lots of kind word on my mentorship to be back on the floor. It was a nice reminder to why we do what we do and why I love mentoring in my trade. Full appreciation.
Awesome.
Killer. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is to mentor.
Yeah.
It can be super rewarding.
And to get the appreciation that what you're doing matters is super cool. So, job for you, Jillian.
Yeah, great job.
Sean, no pressure. He says no pressure, but he really means lots of pressure.
Ooh.
Ron's new 10-foot pontoons should be in tomorrow. Did you mean to pluralize it?
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. We just wait, and the good stuff shows up.
Oh, nice. Mr. Rodrigo, he says, my victory is to get out of cancer and start fighting a second cancer. We're going to win. While I fight, we have to fish. All of us who fight against this are going to win. Yeah, brother. Absolutely.
100%. We got you. We are rooting for you, Rodrigo.
Yeah.
As well as you can see a bunch of other people. And I know Troy Tracy wrote earlier when he showed up that he was late and he had to put his dog down today. So I just want to kind of reach out to Troy if you're still here. I know you're on the East Coast, but big hugs to you, pal. We know
that's so tough.
We know what you're going through.
Oh, well.
Well, this has been
a super night,
great
hasn't it?
Superhero night. Superhero.
Super duper.
We love you, Rodrigo. Honestly, prayers are coming out to you, and it's going to happen, man. You're going to win.
Yeah. Fight the good fight.
Yeah. So I got to pee.
It's time. It's pee time.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Next Thursday.
St. Patty's Day.
Oh, yeah.
We got to go eat the cheesecake.
Yeah.
I got to pee.
Big things.
Good stuff.
Mostly cheesecake.
Okay. Love you guys. Have a great week. Be somebody's reason to smile. And if you're in town, stop by for cheesecake.
Yeah.
Eric, you're awesome. I appreciate you. Rodrigo appreciates you. And good. We're so blessed with the group here. So
yeah, huge blessing. All right, it's time.
I can feel my body cold against the concrete, but I can't seem to get enough. My mind is fixed on what it wants. I just let you beat me. Looks can be deceiving. Let you get the best of me in bed with my worst enemy. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Back up and get me home. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Back up and get me. So put your hand in mine. Follow me. Let me waste your time. Set up feet. Do some stupid shit. Take a seat. Let me waste your time. So put your nonsense, acting like you're into me. I know this is hopeless, moving in slow motion, trying to control my thoughts, but I can't stop our body talk. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me home. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me. So put your hand in mine, follow me, let me waste your time. Set up feet, do some stupid shit. Take a seat, let me waste your time. Set up feet. Supper time.